I am the Lord of the Sea!
For travelers eager to explore, cruise ships offer a mix of adventure and luxury, stopping at various ports where passengers can experience different cultures, enjoy guided tours, participate in water sports, and shop locally. While cruising is often associated with fun and relaxation, the thought of pirates attacking these ships might raise some questions. How do these vessels defend against such threats? And what really happens during these encounters? In this video, we'll explore the realities behind pirate attacks on cruise ships. What makes cruise ships luxurious? Cruise ships are large passenger vessels designed primarily for leisure travel, offering a unique experience that combines transportation with luxury and entertainment. Unlike traditional ocean liners, which are built for point-to-point travel, cruise ships typically embark on round-trip journeys, visiting multiple destinations while returning to their original port. These floating resorts are used for vacations and recreational travel, providing passengers with an all-inclusive experience that often includes lodging, dining, entertainment, and various activities. In some cases, there is a cinema on a cruise ship, and even sometimes people go as far as having a concert just for the sole purpose of relaxation. The primary purpose of a cruise ship is to offer passengers a relaxing and enjoyable journey, where the focus is on the experience on board, as much as, if not more than, the destinations visited. To meet the varied demands and tastes of its patrons, cruise ships provide a broad range of services. Standard cabins and opulent suites, many with private balconies and upscale amenities, are available as accommodations. There are many different restaurants and cafes that offer a wide range of cuisines, from casual meals to gourmet dishes that are occasionally made by famous chefs.
How many pounds onion you use for this?
I used almost 400 pounds.
Give me one. Good job. Thank you, chef.
A major aspect of cruise life is entertainment, which includes live performances, movie theaters, casinos, and music venues. In order to keep guests occupied and active, many ships also provide sports facilities, spas, fitness centers, and pools. To ensure that there is always something to do on board, cruise ships frequently offer scheduled activities like dance classes, quiz contests, and themed parties. For a luxury cruise ship, it goes beyond just having fun, and there are boutiques on the ship which have brand items such as Gucci, Rolex, Christian Dior, Fendi, and many more. This shows that you would not just find a regular person on a cruise ship, but instead a wealthy person. These are people who live luxurious lifestyles and are often travelers. Back in October 2023, Michael Ungerer, who was a prominent figure in the cruise industry, was known for his extensive experience in leading luxury cruise operations. He has held significant positions in various cruise companies, including Ada Cruises, Carnival Corporation, and MSC Cruises. In recent years, he has been involved with luxury and premium segments of the cruise industry, helping to shape the future of cruise travel with innovative ideas and strategies. He has pointed out that today's travelers are looking for more than just a mode of transportation. They seek unique and immersive experiences that combine luxury, adventure, and cultural enrichment. In his statement, it was estimated that a person spends at about $3,000 in a day, which approximates to $90,000 in a month. This probably explains why pirates look forward to attacks on luxury cruise ships. They have the knowledge that these sets of travelers have valuables such as money, jewelry, and other expensive items. During their hijack, they make tons of money which they easily share amidst themselves. But then, if pirates loot cruise ships, how do they go about it? Do they find it easy to gain access to these ships? The evolution of piracy, from the golden age to today's attacks.
Ladies and gentlemen, all ships stay inside, stay inside, stay inside. We are trying to stay shut.
Pirates are individuals or groups who engage in the act of piracy, which is the illegal practice of attacking and robbing ships at sea. Historically, piracy has been a significant threat to maritime trade and travel, with pirates operating in various parts of the world, particularly in regions where shipping lanes are concentrated. Pirates typically target vessels to steal valuable cargo, ransom hostages, or commandeer the ship itself. Piracy has a long history, dating back to ancient times, with some of the most infamous pirates emerging during the so-called Golden Age of Piracy in the late 17th and early 18th centuries. During this period, pirates such as Blackbeard, Captain Kidd, and Anne Bonny became legendary figures, often romanticized in literature and popular culture. The idea of a pirate was very different in the past, especially during the Golden Age of Piracy, late 17th to early 18th century, and it was popularized in literature, art, and movies. During this time, a typical pirate would have looked like this. A pirate would often dress in tough, functional apparel, appropriate for living at sea. This could consist of an oversized vest or waistcoat worn over a loose-fitting shirt that is often white or off-white with billowy sleeves. Typically, the pants were knee-length breeches worn with robust boots that were useful for strolling on deck and climbing rigging. Pirates were also known for their accessories, which added to their fearsome appearance. A wide leather belt or sash would often be worn around the waist, sometimes with a dagger or cutlass, a short, curved sword tucked into it. Some pirates might carry pistols, which were popular at the time, despite their unreliability. The most common activity of pirates was attacking merchant vessels and plundering their cargo.
We've got another chance! Ready, guys?
Pirates would target ships carrying valuable goods such as gold, silver, spices, textiles, and other commodities. They used a combination of speed, surprise, and intimidation to overwhelm their targets, often using smaller, faster ships to outmaneuver the larger, slower merchant vessels. Pirates established bases in remote or poorly governed areas where they could hide from authorities and refit their ships. These pirate havens, such as Nassau in the Bahamas or Tortuga in the Caribbean, served as safe havens where pirates could rest, trade goods, and plan future raids. These locations often operated with little interference from colonial powers and became notorious for lawlessness. The attack of the cruise ships by the pirates can be traced back to the early 2000s. Pirates began attacking cruise ships in the modern era, though such incidents have been relatively rare compared to attacks on cargo vessels or tankers. The rise of piracy targeting commercial ships, including occasional attacks on cruise ships, became more prominent in the late 20th and early 21st centuries, particularly in regions like the Gulf of Aden, off the coast of Somalia, and in parts of Southeast Asia. Over the years, there have been reported cases of the attack by pirates. There have been 6 reported cases of the hijacking of cruise ships by the pirates over the decade, while the most recent one can be traced back to 5 years ago. Pirate attack on the Seaborn Spirit cruise ship. The Seaborn Spirit, now known as the Star Breeze under Windstar Cruises, has the length which measures approximately 133 meters and the width of about 19 meters. These dimensions reflect the ship's relatively small size compared to larger cruise ships, which allows it to navigate into smaller ports and provide a more intimate cruising experience. The luxury cruise ship, Seaborn Spirit, is renowned for offering a secluded and elegant vacation experience. This ship was built to the greatest standards of comfort, exclusivity, and service to satisfy the most discriminating passengers looking for an upscale and customized trip. The Seaborn Spirit primarily attracts affluent, mature travelers who appreciate luxury, comfort, and the finer things in life. These guests often choose the Seaborn Spirit for its exclusive itineraries, which may include visits to unique and less traveled ports that larger ships cannot access. The passengers are typically well-traveled and seek an experience that combines the adventure of exploration with the comfort of a 5-star hotel. In comparison to the large cruise ships, the ship is smaller, which makes it possible for it to dock at smaller ports and provide a more intimate setting. Because of its size, the Seaborn Spirit can carry fewer passengers, which guarantees a high crew-to-guest ratio and excellent service with meticulous attention to detail. The ship also offers a range of leisure activities designed for relaxation and enrichment. Passengers can indulge in spa treatments, relax by the pool, or participate in fitness classes. For those interested in cultural and intellectual pursuits, the Seaborn Spirit provides lectures, wine tastings, and themed events that reflect the destinations on the itinerary. However, amidst all this luxury, pirates attacked the luxury cruise ship at sea, and then this happened. The pirate attack on the Seaborn Spirit occurred on November 5, 2005, off the coast of Somalia in the Indian Ocean. The incident is one of the most notable cases of piracy involving a cruise ship and highlighted the growing threat of modern piracy in the region. On the morning of the attack, the Seaborn Spirit was sailing about 100 miles off the Somali coast with 151 passengers and 161 crew members on board. The ship was on a 16-day luxury cruise from Alexandria, Egypt, to Mombasa, Kenya, when it was suddenly approached by two small speedboats carrying heavily armed pirates. Numbering between 5 and 10, were armed with automatic weapons and rocket-propelled grenades, RPGs. The pirates opened fire on the Seaborn Spirit as the speedboats approached, hoping to scare the crew into stopping. They opened fire with multiple rounds and at least one RPG, which hit the ship's hull and slightly damaged it, but luckily did not penetrate it. As was typical of pirate attacks in the area at the time, the pirates' plan was probably to board the ship, grab hostages, and demand a ransom. The crew of the Seaborn Spirit was ready for this kind of situation, though. Evasive measures were swiftly undertaken by the ship's skipper, Sven Erik Petersen, to direct the vessel away from the assault. In the meantime, the team used a long-range acoustic device, LRAD, a non-lethal tool that emits a strong beam of sound that can confuse and discourage adversaries. The pirates were successfully chased away by the LRAD's high-pitched boom and soon gave up their chase. The attack on the Seaborn Spirit received significant media attention, as it was one of the first instances of pirates targeting a cruise ship. The incident underscored the dangers of sailing near the Somali coast, a region that had become notorious for pirate activity. In the wake of the attack, many cruise lines and shipping companies began taking additional precautions when passing through high-risk areas, including rerouting ships, increasing security measures, and cooperating more closely with international naval forces. Remarkably, despite the severity of the attack, no passengers or crew members were seriously injured. One crew member suffered minor injuries from shrapnel when the RPG hit the ship. The captain's quick thinking and the use of the LRAD were widely credited with preventing a potential hijacking. Pirate attack on the Le Ponant cruise ship. The attack on the Le Ponant, a French luxury sailing yacht, occurred on April 4, 2008, and is a notable example of piracy targeting a high-profile vessel. The Le Ponant was an 88-meter luxury yacht operated by the French company Ponant, known for offering upscale cruises in various exotic destinations. On the day of the attack, the yacht was cruising in the Gulf of Aden, a region that had become increasingly dangerous due to pirate activity. The vessel was carrying 30 crew members and 32 passengers when it was approached by a group of pirates in small, fast boats. These pirates, armed with automatic weapons and rocket-propelled grenades, managed to board the yacht after overcoming its initial defenses. While the Le Ponant was anchored close to the Somali coast, the pirates boarded it. They worked quickly and methodically. They took over the boat, held the guests and crew hostage, and demanded a ransom to release them. Seeking assets and equipment they could sell or utilize for their operations, the pirates pillaged the boat. The management of Ponant and the French authorities started talks with the pirates right away. Following a few days of heated negotiations, the hostages were freed when an undisclosed ransom was paid. Although they weren't needed to physically engage in this particular case, the French government made considerable steps to guarantee the safety of its population and had special forces ready. The Le Ponant was eventually freed, and all of the hostages were safely released without injury. The incident highlighted the growing threat of piracy in the Gulf of Aden.
We are sailing towards the Gulf of Aden to exit the Red Sea.
And the importance of maritime security in regions prone to such attacks. Pirate attack on the MSC Melody cruise ship. After the hijack in 2008, there was calm on the sea for a year before another operation took place. On April 25, 2009, pirates attempted to hijack the MSC Melody, a luxury cruise ship operated by MSC Cruises. The ship was en route from the Seychelles to Kenya when the incident occurred off the coast of Somalia, a region notorious for pirate activity at the time. The MSC Melody, which was sailing in the Indian Ocean, was approached by a group of pirates in small boats. The pirates, armed with guns and rocket-propelled grenades, tried to board the ship with the intention of hijacking it and taking the passengers and crew hostage. The MSC Melody was equipped with various security measures to counter such threats, including the use of water cannons and other defensive tactics. The MSC Melody, which was sailing in the Indian Ocean, was approached by a group of pirates in small boats. The crew and security team on board responded promptly to the threat. The ship's security measures included deploying water cannons to create a barrier between the pirates and the ship, as well as taking evasive maneuvers to avoid the pirates' boats. These measures were effective in deterring the attackers. The pirates were unable to board the ship or gain control of it, and they eventually abandoned their attempt and fled. The MSC Melody continued its voyage without further incident, and no passengers or crew members were harmed during the attempted hijacking. Pirate attack on the Spirit of Adventure cruise ship. Then we have another attack which took place 2 years after the one with the MSC Melody. On February 21, 2011, the Spirit of Adventure cruise ship was attacked. In this instance, pirates off the coast of Somalia took control of the ship. Saga Cruises, a British corporation, operated the luxury cruise ship Spirit of Adventure. After boarding the ship, the pirates demanded a ransom from the business. Luckily, there were no casualties in the resolution of the issue. After talks with the pirates, the ship was eventually released with the crew and passengers unhurt. The episode brought to light the continued dangers of piracy in the waters off the coast of Somalia, an area that has experienced multiple similar attacks in recent years. Before we continue, let's check out our subscribers' pick. Here's a stunning view of a cruise ship, seemingly surrounded by smaller vessels, creating an impression of a potential siege, perhaps by government officials or pirates. We're left wondering, what is the name of this cruise ship? Though it resembles the wonders of the sea, it appears much smaller in comparison. Is this situation the result of government officials targeting someone on board, or could it be a pirate attack? We'd love to hear your thoughts, so share your insights in the comments section. Techniques to curb pirate attacks. International maritime organizations have developed several techniques to combat piracy and private attacks at sea. The first technique would be that international coalitions and national navies have increased their presence in piracy-prone regions, such as the Gulf of Aden and the Somali Basin. These naval patrols serve as a deterrent to pirates and provide immediate response capabilities. Physical defenses are installed on ships to thwart and withstand pirate attacks. This covers tools like water cannons, razor wire, and reinforced obstacles. The intention is to delay attackers and make it more difficult to board the ship. Additionally, protocols and communication systems have been strengthened to allow for the real-time reporting of pirate activity. To share intelligence and coordinate responses, multinational organizations such as the International Maritime Organization, IMO, work with private security companies and naval forces. The shipping industry has adopted a set of best management practices developed by maritime organizations. These guidelines include recommendations for ship security, crew training, and operational procedures designed to minimize the risk of piracy. Then there is a policy where many ships now employ private security contractors to provide onboard protection. These professionals are trained in anti-piracy tactics and can offer immediate response in the event of an attack. Also, there is the use of long-range acoustic devices, LRADs, which have become an important tool in maritime security, particularly for defending against pirate attacks. These devices are designed to provide a non-lethal means of deterrence and protection for ships at sea. Long-range acoustic devices operate by emitting extremely high sound pressure levels.
Back away from this area.
Often exceeding 150 decibels. This high-intensity sound can be heard clearly over long distances and through various environmental conditions, such as strong winds or turbulent waters. The device's ability to produce focused, directional sound allows for targeted communication and deterrence, minimizing the impact on unintended parties. Long-range acoustic devices are built to withstand harsh maritime conditions, including rain, salt water, and high winds. Their durability ensures reliable performance, even in challenging environments. Furthermore, long-range acoustic devices offer adjustable volume and frequency settings, allowing operators to control the intensity and range of the sound according to the situation. Ship defense. To combat piracy and private attacks, several organizations, including Lloyd's Maritime Intelligence Unit, MIU, Orbicom Incorporation, and Global Marine Networks, have developed various defense strategies and technologies. Comprehensive risk assessments and intelligence reports on marine hazards and piracy are offered by Lloyd's Maritime Intelligence Unit. To provide shipping businesses with information and advice, they examine data on episodes of piracy, geopolitical developments, and trends in maritime security. Ship owners and operators receive notifications and advice from the unit regarding high-risk locations and new hazards. Vessels might modify their courses and security protocols in response to these notifications. Orbicom Incorporation provides satellite-based communication services that enable vessels to stay connected regardless of their location. This ensures that ships can send and receive distress signals, updates, and alerts even in remote areas. Also, Orbicom's satellite network supports real-time tracking and monitoring of vessels. This capability helps in tracking ship positions and monitoring for any unusual or suspicious activities, which can be vital for early detection of potential threats. Global Marine Networks provide satellite-based global tracking services that provide real-time position updates and monitoring. This aids in keeping ships visible and identifying any detours from their intended courses. Regarding maritime hazards and security dangers, the organization offers real-time alerts and notifications. This makes it possible for ships to react to possible threats in a timely manner. Integrated communication systems that mix radio and satellite communication are supported by Global Marine Networks. This guarantees that ships can stay in touch with security crews stationed on land and can get help right away if they need it. Training of crew members. The training of officers and crew members for maritime security, particularly in response to the threat of piracy and private attacks, involves a rigorous and comprehensive process that goes beyond standard maritime operations. This behind-the-scenes training ensures that all personnel are well prepared to handle a wide range of scenarios, from routine security checks to emergency situations. Educating officers and crew members about security is the first stage in the training process. They learn how to spot suspicious activity and possible dangers in ports, as well as at sea. This involves seeing strange approaching vessel behavior, strange objects in the water, or sudden shifts in communication signals. It is essential to comprehend the nature of piracy and the strategies employed by pirates in order to make wise decisions during a confrontation. One of the most effective methods used in training is the conduct of regular drills and simulations. These exercises are designed to replicate real-life piracy scenarios, providing officers and crew with hands-on experience in managing threats. Drills often involve mock pirate attacks, where crew members practice securing the vessel, activating emergency protocols, and communicating with naval forces or private security teams. These simulations help to build muscle memory and ensure that everyone on board knows their role in an emergency. Beyond the physical and technical aspects, psychological preparedness is a key component of the training. Officers and crew members are trained to stay calm under pressure, manage fear, and make quick, rational decisions. This involves understanding the psychology of both the crew and the attackers, which can be crucial in de-escalating a situation or negotiating with pirates. And lastly, officers and crew members are educated on international maritime laws, the rules of engagement, and the legal rights of seafarers during piracy incidents. This knowledge ensures that all actions taken during an attack are within legal boundaries and that the safety of the crew is always the top priority. Rescuers. In the event of a pirate attack on a cruise ship, the crew has a well-coordinated set of procedures to ensure that rescuers are alerted and assistance is received as quickly as possible. The first and most critical step is for the crew to send out a distress signal. This is usually done using the ship's Global Maritime Distress and Safety System, GMDSS. The distress signal is sent to nearby ships, maritime rescue coordination centers, and naval forces. The signal, typically a Mayday call, indicates that the ship is under attack and needs immediate assistance. It's also good to have a backup in extreme cases where the pirates gain control of parts of the ship. The crew may guide passengers and non-essential personnel to secure areas or citadels within the ship. These areas are fortified rooms with independent communication systems, supplies, and tools to withstand an extended standoff. While in these safe zones, the crew can continue to communicate with rescuers, providing updates on the situation. Electric fences are one of the physical deterrent measures used to prevent pirate attacks on ships, including cargo vessels and cruise ships. This method involves the installation of an electrified barrier around the perimeter of the ship, particularly along the deck and other vulnerable areas where pirates might attempt to board. To prevent pirate attacks on cruise ships, several non-lethal substances can be used as part of a broader security strategy. These substances are designed to deter and disable attackers without causing permanent harm. For example, the use of slippery foam is a non-lethal substance that creates a slick, slippery surface when applied, making it extremely difficult for attackers to maintain their footing or grip. The foam can be sprayed on the deck, railings, or areas where pirates are likely to try to board. It can also be sprayed onto the pirates' boats, making it hard for them to climb onto the ship. Another use of non-lethal equipment is use of stun grenades or flashbangs, are non-lethal devices that create a loud explosion and a bright flash of light, temporarily disorienting and incapacitating attackers. These grenades can be deployed near pirates attempting to board or already on the ship, causing disorientation and confusion. This list wouldn't be complete without making mention of the shipborne shore launchers, which is a sophisticated defense mechanism used to prevent pirate attacks by deploying unmanned aerial vehicles, UAVs, drones, or other projectiles from a ship to monitor and potentially engage with threats from a distance. The primary role of the UAVs launched by shipborne shore launchers is surveillance and reconnaissance. These drones can cover large areas, monitor suspicious vessels, and track their movements. Use of weapons to combat pirate attacks. To enhance the security of cruise ships against pirate attacks, several types of grenades can be employed. These grenades are designed to either deter or incapacitate attackers without causing lethal harm. The use of such grenades forms part of a broader strategy to safeguard passengers, crew, and the vessel itself during potentially dangerous situations on the high seas. One of the most effective types of grenades used in maritime security is the stun grenade, also known as a flashbang. When deployed, a stun grenade emits an intensely bright flash of light and a loud explosion. This combination is designed to disorient and temporarily incapacitate pirates, making it difficult for them to continue their assault or board the ship. The sudden sensory overload caused by the flash and noise disrupts the pirates' ability to see, hear, and communicate, giving the ship's crew time to take additional defensive measures or summon help. Also, we have the dazzle gun, sometimes referred to as an optical disruptor or laser dazzler, is a non-lethal tool used to thwart pirate attacks on ships, particularly cruise ships. The purpose of this technique is to confuse and briefly blind attackers, making it more difficult for them to execute their attack. The dazzle gun emits a powerful, focused beam of light, typically in the green wavelength. This light is directed toward the pirate men, specifically targeting their eyes or optical equipment in order to confuse and distract them. The Molotov cocktail is an improvised incendiary weapon commonly used in guerrilla warfare and civil unrest. It is essentially a glass bottle filled with a flammable liquid, typically gasoline or alcohol, with a cloth wick that is ignited before throwing. Upon impact, the bottle shatters, spreading the flammable liquid and igniting a fire. It can be thrown on an incoming pirate ship to set it ablaze. Then, in cases where the pirates still make their way to the cruise ships, there are other methods to use in this scenario, such as a laser gun, which makes the pirates lose their neuromuscular control. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.